Welcome, my name is Thomas Ledford, and I'm here to share in this video another return I'm about to put together inside of Drake. I'm still using 2008 for training right now. Maybe another month or so I might start using 2019 Drake software for training, but right now I'm still using 2018 for a reason. And so I've been in the tech preparation industry for the last 19 years, the last 13 as a business owner, so I specialize in helping individuals who work inside the industry transition from working for a company to starting their own tax preparation business. Also have a partnership program that you can get started with when it comes to starting your own business as well. Also do consulting, mentorship, and coaching for people who are new to this industry from a standpoint of starting their own tax business, where I help provide certain training and support you will need for a flat rate that gives you 12-month access to me. And so if you're interested in that, inside my contact information, just reach out to me. We can do a one-on-one Zoom call and talk about it and see if we're a good fit for one another, and let you know what that looks like for you. And so in this video, like I said, we're going to be using Drake software. I'm going to be preparing a self-employed return from beginning to the end to let you see how that looks like. So for time's sake, it's going to be what it is for actually doing the return, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the time, I'm not concerned about that. I just want to go through the process of doing return inside of Drake 2008 software for you. And so I'm going to get started with clicking the button where it says open and create. We're going to type in the social. And then we're going to hit OK. It asks, it does not exist. Would you like to create? Yes. We got the software set to verify the social to make sure it's put in right, but you can't put the social in wrong twice and still not have it right, and might catch it later. But the thing is, we had it preset configurations to when you put the social in, create a return, it asks for it twice. So that's why this box pops up like this. So we put the social in again. And if you can see right here on the side, this is the number I put in. So if you're not sure what the number was, you look to the side, but you want to look at the document you're looking at to make sure you put it in twice right. So put 779110. Then I type in client's name. Then we hit OK. Takes us to the personal information page. We put the filing status. This particular person here will be single, which is number 1. Date of birth. Put in what type of occupation. This is a painter. Telephone number. Address. And to come out of each page, we hit escape on our keyboard, which is taking us out of each page. And now, if I would have had any dependents, that would be the next thing I've done. But since he has no dependency claimant, then what I would do, which being on the main grid, and the way you stay on the main grid is being under the general tab, which is highlighted blue. And anything that's been opened up might not necessarily have anything in it, but it just means the page has been created. And so it's going to be highlighted in blue. So the name and address has been filled out already. That's the first thing you do. And so in this particular case, since this person doesn't have any dependency claiming and he's doing self-employment, I'm going to take the discretion of filling out the signature forms right now, since I'm on that page. And we're going to start on the right hand side with 8879, which stands for PIN. We open that up, put in the day's date, then my PIN number. The taxpayer PIN automatically generates. Then we hit the escape button to come out of that. The next form we're going to open up is the consent to disclose of tax return information. We're going to put the date in for that. And hit escape. Then we're gonna hit consent to use. Put the date in. We come out of that one. Then we're gonna put in identification. So whatever type it is, driver's license, we'll put in driver's license information. What state? Put in the state. I'm in Illinois, so that's the state I'll be using. So ID is going to put in there. Until we find out if he has a tax refund coming, we don't do anything with the bank application at this point. Since we don't know if he's getting any earned income credit, we don't have to do anything as far as this note section. This only generates for people who will receive. You're gonna get a message concerning this for people who generate an earned income credit. For people who don't generate earned income credit, they won't give you a message concerning this box here, this page here. So come out of that. We click here. We go to income. Takes us to another page. It says, does the income appear to be sufficient to support the taxpayer and qualifying children? We say yes to that. And also, this person is doing self-employment income. So we're going to ask the question, how long has he owned his business? He's been in business for 4 years. It asks, can you provide any documentation to substantiate your business? He has business cards. He has receipts. He has flyers. He does, and he has other tax returns that he can use. It says who maintains the business records. He maintains his own, so it's himself. Say, do you maintain separate banking account for personal and business transactions? This question should be yes, but a lot of people who don't know, who hasn't been educated about what is required as far as being your own business, we educate them on, let them know you need to have a personal account for personal, business for business. And so, for training purposes, we're going to say yes to this, and saying that he has a business account for his business and personal account for personal. Then it says, if yes, in what form were your records kept? We're going to say bank account. Then it says, were satisfactory records of income and expenses provided? Yes. It's going to ask, give you a list of options. We're going to do bank account again. Then down here, we're going to skip down to form, line 6, form 299 miscellaneous. 6A, do you have any forms 299 miscellaneous to support the income? This payer may or may not have that, especially if he done all his business with consumers. A lot of consumers don't too much provide 299s. They maybe have receipts for their purposes of writing off any deductions they may need, but for the most part, only people who would give a 299 out is business to businesses. So in this training example, we're going to say no. And it says, if not, is it reasonable that the business type would not? And it's yes. It says, are the expenses consistent with the type of business? Yes. It says, are the amounts of expenses reasonable? Yes. It says, are the expenses that are typical for this type of business missing? No. So that's how you will fill out this page here, hit escape, and we're done with that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to this miscellaneous tab, go to the last section. This form here, we had to type out their whole name. Just the only way we get this form to generate as far as printing it out. So Dale Davis, the day's date, and it says you're going to click this button, paper consent of disclosure of transfer. It says consent to disclose of taxpayer information. Franchise has been signed by the taxpayer of joint return. It says consent of disclosure of tax return information. Franchise has not been signed by the taxpayer of joint return. And then the third option, produce a consent disclosure of tax return information or other firms in view current mode for the taxpayer to manually sign. Okay, so hit escape. Go back to general tab, so let's take us to the grid. So from here, we're going to go to healthcare, HC. Yeah, healthcare with y'all here. And so we're going to go to this income tab, Schedule C. Go. We're going to adjust the screen a little bit. So connect this to the taxpayer, business or professional, product or service, painter. The business code, we're going to find the business code that's related to that. And it's going to be in the threes. Printing, that's printing. So I'm looking for the business code. Looking for the business code that closely relates to that. I'm looking for the business code, business code, business code. So I'm looking for painter. Trying to find a painter. Trying to find a painter, 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 painter. Looking for painter, looking for painter, looking for painter. Let me see, 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 let me see. Painter, 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 painter. Painter, painter, painter. Looking for painter, painter. So a lot of times, if it's a code that's not commonly used by you, you might want to write those down to have as a quick reference, opposed to having to go through this box and find it. Looking for painter, painter. Go back up here, go back up here, go back up here, go back up here. Go back up here, up here, up here. Like I said, if you're new to dragging to the codes, you know, you just have to take your time finding it. Take your time, 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 take your time. Take your time, take your time. Take your time, take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Painter, 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 painter. Painting, drywall, you sit right here. If he does have the EIN number, then you leave that blank. Whatever business name you're using, you type it here. So Dell Painting Service. And if you're using a separate address, say you got a commercial location that's different from his home, then that's what you use. But in this example, we're going to say he has a small commercial location that he works out of, which is a different address. And then when it comes to these questions down here, Drake kind of puts down stuff backwards in the sense that if it doesn't apply, it's not going. You just did not maturely participate. We know if you're self-employed, it's yes, so you don't even worry about that. says taxpayer made payments in 2018 that would require taxpayer to file Form 299. That's no. If it's no, you put no. Taxpayer started or acquired business doing this. Taxpayer started or acquired this bit doing when. So it's not a new business. You don't worry about it. Let's leave that blank. So basically, we're gonna go to Part 1, income. Line 1, gross receipts. He generated $78,531. Files expenses. He had $1,097 in advertising. He has rent because he got a commercial location. $1,500. Office expenses he paid for. He has utilities. He also had repairs. Tax and licensing, he had that. So these are the expenses he had concerning the business. So once he put all his expenses in, we're going to generally come out of that and hit escape. And what we're going to do is go back to the general tab and go back. And so now we put all the information that they gave us. We're going to hit calculate. So the balance due is $11,188 to federal, $23.21 state. We're going to go to EF selection, which is on the right hand side of the grid. The last selection from the bottom before you get to AP and bill. Click on that. We're going to click ready for EF. Open up the drop down box and select yes. Select the X for that. Come out of that. And so now the return is ready to be electronically filed once you do that. Another thing is we'll go to view mode, take a look at the return. These are some of the notes that come up from Drake. Let you know these are things you want to consider. He should be making estimated tax payments. If he's not, you need to educate him on how that should be done and what you need to do to get that started. So 1040 was the form that was created. Schedule 1, Schedule 4, Schedule C, and Schedule SE. So anytime a business has profits, they generate self-employment tax. And so after his expenses, he had a net profit of $52,842. And so the taxes on that being single was $11,000. And it was $10,837, but he had to pay additional taxes on that of $351, which came out to $11,188. And so on this return here, the standard taxes was $33.71. And then he had self-employment taxes, which came out to be $74.66, and those two together made it $10,837, along with additional taxes. Because anything over $1,000 generates additional taxes right away, which came out to $351 based on this dollar amount here. So the higher this amount goes, the higher this will be. That's how that works when it comes to that. And so he needs to be making estimated tax payments unless he has a special account put to the side that's going to help pay this bill off. Then the penalty interest that's going to accumulate on this over time, and it can get out of hand, get ridiculous. So we want to get on top of that. So this generates the estimated tax payments he should have made of 2017. So they generate 4 coupons, one for April 15th, one for June 17th, one for September 16th, and one for 1/15/2020. So these are the dates you should have made payments. April 15th of 2019, you should have sent $2,710. On June 17th of 2019, he should have sent another $2710. September 16th, 2019, he should have sent another $2,710. Then the first of the year, on the 15th, by the 15th, he should have sent another $2,710 by 2020. And that's how estimated tax papers work. You know, so if you want to know how to figure out what your estimated tax papers will be from year to year, just let me know inside the description or the comment section of the video. Let me know you want to know how estimated tax payments are calculated and how to position yourself to be able to make estimated tax payments. Just put that in the comment section, and I'll definitely make that happen in my next video this season. And so, like I said, this was a 2018 Drake software training tutorial for the people that I work with who transition from working for a company to start their own tax business. Are my clients. And I'll see you in my next video.